Happiness is not in the mere possession of money. It lies in the joy of achievement, in the thrill of creative effort. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. My friends, enjoy being in the markets every day. Enjoy following stocks, ETFs, practice trading, all the things that we do, the joy of learning, the joy of achievement, the thrill of the creative effort in learning how to track stocks and ETFs, how to track price movement, couple that with volume, and the world's your oyster. You can prove it to yourself day after day as you practice trading, get better and better. Let's jump into these charts. This is one of those days where everything is up. It's just 4 minutes before the market closes. Where are we on the S&P 500? Right now it's up 0.30%, so 0.3%. Now, what do we see going on this week? Well, last week we had our high most recently. Well, we had the high of highs. Well, let's just make sure. That week before, I think I'm right, $599.64. Last week, yes, $600.17. This week, the high, $591. So we see weakening here, but that could be digestion. We've seen that happen before. Seen the market move up, slide sideways a little bit, spinning tops, dojis, and then pop up again. That could be exactly what's happening now. We've talked about the Trump effect, which happened after he won, and the market in its exuberance just shot up from the 6th of November, the day after the election, until Monday morning. Then Monday afternoon started moving over, sliding down, then dropped down strongly on Friday, and since then, sliding sideways, and we can see here at the end of the day where it's popped up some. We don't have any great volume helping that. The volume was in the down move, but let's keep an eye on things and pay attention. May very well be digesting these gains, prior gains after the election, and just sort of stalling and getting ready to move up. You can see where we've not penetrated the weekly trend line on the 2-day or the half-day. In fact, the half-day is sort of bouncing off. So we'll see what happens tomorrow on Wednesday. As I record this for you, Tuesday afternoon of the market is closing. So again, paying close attention to see if the up move is going to continue. Now, what do we see on the NASDAQ 100? It is up for the day even more, 0.71 right now. That's 0.7%. We have a red doji right here right now, not a lot of volume. We look at the 2-day where we do see the wick has pierced the weekly trend line twice. And again, as we look at the closing of this latest 2-day candle, sitting right there almost on the weekly trend line. On the half day, we see where the candle on Friday pierced and then popped back up above. On Monday morning, Monday afternoon, Tuesday morning, and Tuesday afternoon moving up. So again, going to keep a close eye on things and see if indeed this market, after that Trump effect and the rollback, digesting of all those gains, moving about back to where they were, is it going to just resume again and slowly start going up? So let's watch, wait, and see. What about 20-year U.S. government bonds? Well, they're up little over 0.5% for the day. We saw where things started moving up on Monday afternoon, up some on Monday, that's Tuesday morning, and then not quite as high Tuesday afternoon. So we'll keep an eye. We're still below. We see where previously there on Friday, the 8th of November, Monday, the 11th of November, we got up to the weekly trend line and then rolled back over going down. So we'll keep an eye on things. Had a good bit of volume on the 2-day candle for Thursday and Friday. That was the 14th and 15th with lots of volume. And then the latest 2-day candle with a red spinning top, not a lot of volume. So we'll keep our eye on things. See again if the opposite is happening here with bonds, if they are, absorbing the down move and then getting ready to move back down again. Sometimes the market just needs to digest gains or losses. That may be what is happening. So we'll keep a close eye on things. We've not penetrated the weekly trend line on the S&P, on the NASDAQ, nor in the negative trade on TLT. And remember, with TLT, we're not behind something that's moving down. We're in the inverse fund for TLT, which is TBF. And when I say buy, I'm talking about practice trading. We're not a stock calling service, bond calling service, gold or Bitcoin calling service. We're an education firm. I want you to practice trade with us. We do not give market advice. We're not paid for that. We're not giving that. We want you to practice trade this and learn by doing. Now let's see what's going on with gold. Gold is up again, second day in a row, 0.88%. We are pushing up on the half-day chart to the weekly down candle. We can see that indeed, or the weekly downtrend rather, we can see that the low of last week, we hit a low of 236.13. So far this week, 240.45. Little candle there. Okay volume so far. We can see the 2-day didn't quite hit average volume, and it's a green candle, but again, no penetration on either one. Are we going to hit up on it and bounce off on the half-day chart and the 2-day chart when it comes to the weekly trend line? We will wait, we will watch, we will see. So we're sort of in a waiting on these charts, seeing what's really going on and what's really going to happen. What about HODL? That is, of course, the VanEck Bitcoin Trust. That is the ETF for Bitcoin. It is up 1.01% as the market has now closed. Now, Bitcoin, of course, is traded. And if you go to BTCUSD, you will see the 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin chart. And, of course, the high so far this week, 94,057. And again, last week the high was 93,483. So again, that high looks like it was reached from the 100. I'm looking at the 195-minute chart. That was this morning when that last 195-minute chart, well, the high was reached. And it looks like that happened in the morning, pulling back a little in the afternoon. But again, Bitcoin up 2.46% on the 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin chart. But of course, we track the ETF. Why? Because you don't have to have your money in a Bitcoin exchange. Remember the one that went bankrupt? So again, markets have created these ETFs, which are fun. Again, you can see the price per share. They're set up to track Bitcoin, and they do track it pretty well. The charts look very similar. Is it different than the 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin? Yes, it is. So again, it's the kind of thing that you practice and you do what you like. If you think you're going to be, when you start using real money, putting your money into a Bitcoin exchange and doing that, or if you're comfortable, well, I'd be much more comfortable, that's me personally, with an ETF. I know there's pluses and minuses on both. I like the pluses, and I see a much smaller lack of minuses on the ETF. But what do we see going on here? Well, as things continue to move up, nice green candle. Not a lot of volume so far this week. Not a lot of volume. On the 2-day chart, you see where the volume most recently peaked back on the 8th and 11th. That was Friday the 8th and Monday the 11th. And then the Tuesday, Wednesday, 12-13. The Thursday, 14-15. And then, of course, the Monday, 18-19. You can see how the volume has continued to decrease on all of those. So, again, we will keep an eye on things and see where they lead us to. And we will pay close attention. But Bitcoin, again, still in an up move. Nice up move for today. And we'll watch, wait, and see as that Bitcoin market, again, shows its significant approval of Trump. You know, things were just sort of sliding along into Tuesday, Monday, started moving up a little bit on Tuesday, but shot up on Wednesday, the 6th, then slid sideways, tending up through last Monday, the 11th, and then shot up all the way through Wednesday. Afternoon started slowing down Thursday, Friday morning, and then started this latest move heading up. That is where we are, folks, as we end the day on Tuesday. Go into the midweek trading day. Always love to hear from you. CW@chartingwealth.com. God bless my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.